Hi, I'm Dr. Matt B, and these are your emotional minutes, and welcome back. And today we're actually talking about psychologist myths. So there's a number of things that people will kind of think about psychologists or assume about psychologists. And it's funny, actually, when I go out, I hear them all the time. I just get a lot of questions when I say I'm a psychologist. It's kind of interesting. Sometimes people will start to kind of talk me up and get really interested. But then other times there's this interesting effect where it can be kind of a conversation stopper. Like people don't really know what to say. Oftentimes is a very common question is, are you analyzing me right now? Which I think I said in a previous episode, if you meet a psychologist, usually we're not just kind of analyzing you. And one of the main reasons for that is really we don't want to be at work when we're not at work. We usually save that for the patients or the clients that we see. Another myth is that psychologists, kind of as a group, are crazy. Are super crazy and go become psychologists so that they can sort of try to figure out something about themselves or try to sort of heal their own emotional difficulties by studying psychology. And sometimes this actually may happen, but usually, more often than not, it's people who just kind of tend to have either one, a general interest in psychological processes and understanding the human condition, and also an interest in helping people. And so really I can tell you that we're probably just as crazy as everybody else. There's every group or category or whatever you might think has a certain number of people who do experience emotional difficulties versus a certain number of people who are actually very functional emotionally versus a lot of people who are sort of in between, have some difficulties, but also, kind of cope with them and deal with them pretty well. And the last myth I'd like to talk about is that psychologists are really untrustworthy and really sort of want to dupe people or sort of, screw people over in some way or something like that, are sort of mischievous and want to kind of get things out of people and work people over in some way or something like that. And that's always been sort of an interesting myth to me, just because a lot of times people who go into psychology because genuinely they actually want to help people. And in getting that training to understand humans and understand human difficulties and emotional difficulties and how to support people through a lot of those difficulties, a lot of psychologists actually gain the skills to be very supportive and to how to understand how you can best support people. So again, we're not all just trying to analyze you, and we like to support people when we can. And hopefully that was helpful today. And if you have any questions or comments about psychologists and if we're crazy and if we want to screw people over, you can put some questions or comments in the comment box below. And again, I'm Dr. Matt B with your Emotional Minutes, and we will see you next time.